be sure to check out my Veve and Omi investors group in the description down below. Together we build generational wealth and go over everything you need to be profitable in the Veve markets. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video, man. In this one, we're going to be talking about a very serious topic in the community, man. I've been getting some people seriously asking me, yo, so you don't think Veve is dying at all? You don't see any problems going on and stuff like that, man? There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be issues that needs to be addressed, and there's always going to be things that can be improved. You all forget that this is still a startup. This is a startup. This is the start of a business. Just because this business is outdoing companies that's been around for decades, literally, does not mean that this company is no longer a startup. This is a startup beginner business that's already at highs. Like, its starting stages is at highs greater than a lot of companies' careers, like greater than some companies will ever reach. And that's not registering for a lot of people, because a lot of people can't picture things going too much higher than they are right now. But trust, this is literally just the start. So when we talk about if Veve is actually dying, you have to really consider the fact of what Veve is really doing right now. It's an NFT space that's really, it's a lot of uncertainty around this NFT space. A lot of people who invest in NFTs don't even know what an NFT is. They don't know the value proposition of one. They don't know how this is going to impact the world. They just think this is an art play. They think this is about art. They think this is about pictures and things like that. They think that they can buy one picture and flip that and get something of value. Even the people invested in Veve, they think that, okay, we got a comic book. This is better than a picture, so I can flip this comic book, or I can flip this statue, and it has a license tied to it. So I'm definitely going to be able to flip this. So that's how people are looking at things right now. So what you have to understand is when you go through a correction or a market crash or whatever you want to call it, when you go through this, Veve is attracting so many new investors and new people who don't even know anything about investing. Like, Veve is attracting an audience where they don't know anything about this stuff. Like, this is literally new people, new investors, people like beginners, because all the whales and all the people with big money that I'm talking to, they're perfectly fine. They're chilling. Like, during times like this, they're buying more things. Like, that's the same thing that I do. I buy stuff here and there, like when I can afford it. Like, I put a lot of my money in there. Like, I don't got money to keep just throwing in. But like, if I had money to just keep throwing in, I would be buying right now. And that's the difference between experience and beginners. And what Veve has done is amazing, because it has attracted so many beginners who have no idea what's going on right now. So what's going to happen is the same thing with any market. It's new. People are going to panic. People are going to try to sell and stuff like that. But then after they sell, then you have new investors with big money actually jump in and can finally get their money out. They see that, okay, Veve is serious. This is trusted. Like, we can put our money in and get our money out. Once you see these things, the beginning investors, like, because you have to think about people who complain about 10% fees and stuff like this. Like, literally, somebody can take $7, turn it into $50,000 and be complaining about a 10% fee. Are you shitting me? Like that's what we have in this community right now. Like, we have people complaining about a 10% fee when they turn $7 into $50,000. Like, are you, like, bro, I would damn near settle for a 50% fee. No, I'm not. That's where you got, that's where you got me messed up. I'm capping now. But y'all get my point, bro. Like, y'all get my point. Like, it turns $7 to $50K, and you're sitting here complaining about 10% fees, bro. Like, it's gonna be fees everywhere. That's life. Everybody trying to get paid, bro. Everybody trying to make money. You gotta pay the government. You gotta pay everybody. You have to pay. But the fact of the matter is, this is an opportunity that you can't get other places. So what's gonna happen is like, people with big money, it's going to be a safer investment now. They're going to know that they can get their money out. They're going to know that they can withdraw and stuff like that, because that's something that's stopping a lot of big whales from jumping into this project. And also, no Omi to NFT, or no easier way to put money into the platform. People can't really put big money into the Veve platform. Like, that was one of the biggest things. Like, some of my whale friends, they hit me up like, yo, when I was like, yo, is that $10 million? Like, what if this really sells for 10 million gems right now? What if this really sells? Like, do y'all think that this is real? People was hitting me up like, yo, like, people that can't even get that type of money on the platform, bro. Like, it's no way to do, like, because imagine if you can only put extra, like, like $600 through Apple. So it's like $600 max or something through Apple. So if you would have to do that to the point where you have 10 million. No one's doing that. So it's like people can't even put big money into the platform like that. It's very hard to put, it would be impossible to put $10 million on Veve right now. So looking at it from that perspective, big money can't even really get in, and people are already selling out before big money and crypto money can even put their money in. It's like that's just a lack of experience. What's going to happen is there's going to be a dip when the MTL comes and everybody can cash out. There is going to be dips, like prices are going to dip a little bit. But then once MTL and people can cash out and put big money in and things like that, the prices are going to skyrocket. And those people who sold out, they're going to look at some of the stuff that they were holding and realize, and they could have like 10x, like 20, 50x their money and things like that. They could have done something ridiculous, but they sold so early. And they just didn't know. They didn't know better. They didn't understand that. This is why I always preach education is so important, because people are out here selling, like people thinking that Veve has hit its max when people can't even really put big money in to spend it. People cannot spend their big money if they have it right now. And people are selling out before there's even a way for people to actually put big money in. So, but if you're not aware of this, if you don't think about this, if you don't understand this, it's easy to think that Veve is at its end when it's barely began. Like if you don't understand the impact and implications of a metaverse and how that's going to drive up value for these things, like you can't really blame these people for selling, for panicking and things like that. But at the same time, if you just take a little bit of time, listen to the people who know, listen to the people who understand. Like people think that I just make Moon Boy videos for the sake of making Moon Boy videos. It's like, no, I'm explaining what's actually going on. I'm explaining what's happening. I'm explaining the direction that we're going in. And it sounds Moon Boyish because that's how amazing what they're already doing is. Like people think that my videos are some crazy speculative thing. I literally point out the steps that's being taken and where it's leading. I don't sit here and just create something out of thin air like, you know what? What if they created a metaverse like Ready Player One? What if they did that one day? No, that's literally what they said their goal was. That's what they said their goal was. They said this. Like, so people think that I'm just sitting around making stuff up all day just to make a Moon Boy video, when in reality, I'm literally reciting their plans. I'm looking at their path and I'm reciting what's going on as they're heading down this path. I don't do anything special on my channel except for tell it to you in a common sense way where it's kind of hard to believe it's really as simple as this guy's making it seem. But it really is that simple. Like, it really is that simple. Like, I'm not, like, I come from a gaming background, bro. I've always been a business owner. I've always owned my own business, but I'm a gamer, bro. I dropped out of high school. Like, I'm not a genius or something, bro. Like, if I'm investing in something, it has to be something capable of me understanding. Like, it's not like I'm gonna understand the super complex inner workings of a lot. That's why I don't graph out numbers and stuff like that. I'm not a crazy graphs type of guy. Like, this is why I have to go the common sense route. It's not like I could just do these graphs better than the people making this stuff up. No, I cannot do what they do. I admit that I cannot do what they do. But because I can't do what they do, I can also see the flaws in doing what they do. Just like I can see the flaws in doing what I do. But I also consider these flaws when I'm talking about the stuff that I talk about. So I have a holistic view as opposed to I have to chart everything out, a numbers view, like 100% focus on the accuracy of these numbers, which is never really accurate because people, like somebody said in the comment section the other day, yo, but that's why people don't really respect what you have to say, but because the charts are more, the charts are more easy to follow, the charts make more sense and things like that. And that's the type of stuff that don't make sense to me. Because someone can say charting something that has never existed before, no one has ever done it before, we know nothing about this, but charting something that we know nothing about is a hell of a lot more logical than making general statements that if this continues down this path, if they're able to make a Ready Player One metaverse, this is going to be worth trillions and trillions of dollars. Saying something general and basic and factual like that, like if they are able to deliver a Ready Player One metaverse, that is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar metaverse. Like, if people can just start really, like, my general statements, my general statements are a hell of a lot more accurate than trying to chart something that has never been done before. Like, I'm sorry, but this is why I take the perspective that I take, because the only question here is, are they going to deliver? Can they deliver? And then that's when I dig into the team when it comes down to my crazy theories. It's like, can they actually deliver this? I look at who they working with. Okay, these guys made These guys made Spider-Man Miles Morales. Oh, they worked on Call of Duty. Oh, they worked on God of War. They worked on League of Legends Runeterra. Oh, so this is all the stuff that they've done. They work on games. These are big studios. So when I'm sitting here doing my thing, and I'm like, okay, this is who they're surrounded by. This is their circle. They got Jeremy Padawar, one of the biggest toy guys in human history. Like they got Alfred Kahn, the guy who literally has saved most of our childhoods. Like when you look at their super team that they have surrounding them, it's like, it's very hard to doubt. And it's like, honestly, I would question anybody who's out here explaining this investment and don't sound like a moon boy. Like, and that's just coming from a really logical standpoint. It's like, how do you really break down this project without sounding like a moon boy? Because like people always want to take the, okay, I'm conservative when it comes to my investment. I always got to know, like, get answers to the bad and things like that. I always got to be skeptical. And they'll say, oh, this is what any investor should be. In reality, no, that just means you're uneducated, because the stuff that you're asking, the stuff that you're being skeptical about, there's answers to them. Do more research and you wouldn't be skeptical about it. When I hear people say all these complaints and be concerned about certain things, and it's stuff that they've been answering for a year straight, that tells me the type of YouTuber you are. You don't put in enough work. Bro, I literally have not even been in the community. I haven't been doing much in this community for the last couple months. And not much has changed. I know stuff still that these newer YouTubers are still wondering about, still worried about. And I get it. I dedicated 100% of my time, damn near, to Veve, Ecomi, education and learning, and really learning every nuance, every detail, everything. A lot of people, if you're invested in a bunch of different things and you're doing your due diligence on everything, you're not gonna know as much as me. But the fact is, people are too stubborn to admit that you just don't know as much as me. You sit here and try to debate someone like me when it's impossible for you to know as much as me, because you were not able to dedicate 100% of your life to knowing as much as me about this project. So this is why I say it's mindset is key, bro. Mindset is key. Really thinking things through, really understanding things from a logical standpoint, man. A lot of the claims and stuff that's made, like Veve is dying, like it's nowhere near. We're just at the beginning. We're really just at the beginning. Like the Veve is a long way from its peak, from its prime. Veve is not there yet. Like the NFT space is still a mystery. Like the NFT space is still hated by a majority of the world. Majority of the world is still so tainted and clueless that they hate NFTs without even actually understanding what NFTs are. And most of the people like, you got to think about the majority of people invested in NFTs as well. Most of the world hates NFTs. Most of the people invested in NFTs don't even understand what an NFT is. All they know is, I can buy this picture and sell this picture and I'll make money. They don't understand how this is really a thing that is going to change and shape our world in a way that's going to be written down in history one day. They don't understand this. So, yeah, man, like, I just wanted to point this out. I know a lot of people, it's a few people out here, I like believing things like this is going to be the end of Veve, like it's over with. The cash out is going to destroy things. This is just the beginning, bro. Like people like to compare it to Top Shots and stuff like that. Like Top Shots, it's not the same thing whatsoever. This is a freaking picture or a little, yeah, it was a fancy picture with a little clip on the back of it. Like that was Top Shots. That's not historically significant. Maybe to some sports fans, but who wants a video? Who wants a little video of a piece of the NBA, bro? Like let's keep it 100. Like it's a little, you own a little bit of a video. Like, okay, it's cool, but it was never worth what some of these things was going for. Now let's talk about the significance of collectibles, like collector's items, stuff that's already selling for millions in the real world. Veve isn't creating these values. They're taking things that's already worth millions and thousands and hundreds of thousands, and they're just putting it into digital format. So literally, this thing is linked to the real thing, and that's what people are not realizing. Like people like comic book fans was kind of getting offended, like, oh, you saying that this is the same? This is not the same. Like that, like the real life comic books have history. They went through burn, like they could have been burned and things like that. It's history behind these. But the fact of the matter is, yes, the physical version, it should be much more valuable. Like I think that's the conclusion that I think me and a lot of people came to, is that the physical should be a lot more valuable than they are, because the NFTs shouldn't be less valuable. The physical should be more valuable. If these comic books have survived fires and all types of stuff like this, these comic books should no longer exists, that has to do with y'all pricing in y'all market. But the thing is, the comic book world, while it's big, it's very, very small as well. What Veve is doing is just bringing new investors in, bringing new money, different types of money. Like Veve is bringing crypto money into comic books and stuff like that. Like, look at how many people buying these statues now. Look at the Todd. That Todd statue is going crazy. People are buying these. You got Foster out here. He has a whole wall of these things now. Like this is what Veve, this is how Veve is impacting the collector's world. So a lot of this physical stuff is going to start going up in value. But I digress, man. I just wanted to make this video to really give you all my perspective on what's going on. Let me know y'all thoughts. Like let me know y'all thoughts. Let me know some of y'all opinions in the comment section down below. Like I just love talking about Veve. I love having these conversations. And listen, like I said, your boy is back. We back in the building, man. Content coming, gonna be back flowing. And yeah, let me know what y'all think. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.